We'll come round to as many as we can. Take a show of hands, please, guys. Somewhere to start? Anyone? Martin, please.
Hi Nathan, how do you feel your own season is going so far? You seem to have had a really good start to the season.
Yeah, no, so far I'm happy. Obviously, I started the season, played a few games, then got a little setback with the injury, but luckily it wasn't too bad. But I feel I'm progressing well, and hopefully I can continue like this.
When City went out and bought another centre half in August, were you worried at all?
No, not worried. I think he's been superb since he's been here. He's a great guy as well, so it's good for the team. And we know at a club like this there's so much competition. There's so many top players, so for sure every game you have to perform.
Yeah, sorry, just chat that, please. Thank you.
Hi Nathan. You were talking about there being so much competition. Obviously, you've been at the club a couple of years now. How long did it take you to get used to the competition, that you might play a couple of games and then be on the bench for a couple of games, and there's quite a lot of rotation? How difficult is that as a defender?
Well, my first season wasn't great anyway because of the injuries and a lot of stop and start and stuff, so it was difficult. I think the second season, you get used to it. I think, knowing what kind of squad we have, the managers uses all the players of the squad. So maybe you have to get used to it a little bit. But I think in the end, when you get that, then it can only benefit you and help you, to play with every player of the team. And I think the more you play, the more confidence you get, the better you get, and I think it's only a good thing.
With that, how do you manage to maintain your rhythm in performance?
Well, there's so many games nowadays as well. So every 3 days there's a game, and I think it's also training. You have to perform in training every day. Make sure you do everything you can to make sure you start. And if you start, then it's up to you to perform and show the manager you want to play the next game as well.
Hi Nathan. As a defender, obviously, give us a little bit of an insight in training how you go about sort of marking Erling Haaland. You know, what's the way to sort of approach marking a quite good player like him?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good challenge. Now training obviously is a little bit less intense because there's so many matches, but it's always a good test. He's strong, he's fast. He can come in 2 feet, but also running behind. So it's difficult to mark him. It's difficult, but I think for us defenders, it's good to see the way he plays. Also, in the way of when we have the ball, how he wants to get the ball, but also in training against him as well to make sure you do well.
With some players, is there just some situations where you can't defend against them just because of the moment it happens and it's almost impossible? Is that why he's so good?
Yeah, no, I think he's showing how good he is in games. He's scoring a lot of goals. He's always at the right position, but also he's just, as I said, he's got so many different attributes. Sometimes he's a player strong and maybe not so fast, but he's got everything. So hopefully he can continue that.
I mean, I just ask, how close did you come to leaving City in the summer?
Sorry?
How close did you come to leaving the club in the summer, and what sort of kept you at the club? Why do you say?
No, in the end, I'm just very happy to be here. I think football sometimes is always strange. Sometimes these things happen, and no, in the end, very happy that I stayed. That's all I can say.
Hi Nathan. Talking about your adaptation to City and being here for a couple of seasons now, in terms of like the style of play, obviously you came through Chelsea and you were known for having the ball at your feet, but coming from Bournemouth and it was a lot more deep defending and less time on the ball. How did you find that adaptation? And is that something that took a while to get used to? Because we talk about players needing time to settle in, like Jack Grealish, for example, Rodri, Cancelo. Is that also the case for defenders? Yeah,
I think both, because over here as a defender, you have to do both. You have to defend, but you also have to start attacks most of the times. And the manager gives so much insight and he's got so much knowledge of football and the way he wants to play and stuff. I think is such high level that you have to get to that. But I think the only thing you can do is learn, and I think over the years I've learned a lot, as you said, on the ball, but defensively as well. So it's certainly interesting, and I think maybe I had to get used to that at the first season, and but I think now I know it.
And in terms of Erling again, from a defender's perspective, because we've seen him move around the back of defenders a lot, like he did in the derby and again at the weekend a lot. What is it like, when you're just marking somebody and he's here, and all of a sudden he's over there and the ball's already gone? Like, how do you feel? Like, even if that just happens in training, how difficult is that? Like, can you put that into words?
It is difficult because he's got very good movement, as you said. He runs off the second defender sometimes, but then other times he comes in the ball and you think, oh, should I go close or should I leave him because he might run in behind again? So I think he gives different options, and I think that's very dangerous about this game. So yeah, that helps us a lot for sure at the moment.
Hi Nathan. City have started obviously brilliantly in the Champions League. Going great guns in the Premier League, and you've got the World Cup to look forward to, and possible run to the final of the Champions League. This could, having started with a uncertainty over your position, this could be your best season of your life, couldn't it?
Yeah, but it's a bit long far to look forward to that. I think at the moment it's just game by game. This next few games are very, very important for us, I think, for myself, for the team. For the season, and I think then after you can look forward to the World Cup and stuff like that. But no, at the moment I'm very happy. I think the team is very happy. We're doing well. We're in a good flow, but it's only the beginning, so we have so much more to do.
Could I just ask you, with the improvement in the strikers, is that improving the defence as well, and vice versa?
I think overall, every day you want to improve as a team. So with that comes, we have to improve as defenders, but also strikers as well. It's difficult to say if the one improves the other ones. I think as defenders, in training as well, we sometimes do our own drills, our own things to make sure we do better and try to do better in games. So that's what we look at. I think we can always improve and always do better.
Hi Nathan, TV2 Norway, touching on Erling Braut Haaland. He smashes every record he comes along now. He scores in every game. In what way is he unique compared to other strikers you played with and against?
I think he's I think, as I said before, I think he's got all the attributes. Sometimes you play with strikers and they have a few very good attributes where they're very good at, and difficult to defend like that. But this guy I think he's got everything. Left foot, right foot, goal scorer. As I said before, fast, strong, but also good with his feet. And also outside of that, a very nice guy as well. So for me, he's got all.
Most Norwegians are quite. I can tell you. There have been some jokes about him not being human. Have you checked?
No. I'm sure he is.
And on a lighter note, there's a video circling the internet now from sort of a team-building session you had on the training pitch. It was a table with some small yellow cones, and he was celebrating like he's won the World Cup, which he will never do with Norway anyway. But is he always that competitive in training?
Yeah, he is. But I can show you everyone is in the team. If you watch this kind of games or even small games like two touch and stuff like that, the whole team is very, very competitive and everyone wants to win. But him for sure as well.
Nathan, there's such huge sort of attention around Erling. Do you think a lot of the other players are benefiting from maybe the spotlight being away from them individually? Because right across the team there seem to be so many of you in excellent form, and Erling just seems to be drawing so much attention away. You're all thriving as a consequence.
I don't know benefiting, but I think at the moment, as you said, I think everyone is just in a very good place. Also him, obviously he gets a lot of press and plaudits, but still the way he continue working and he continues to not to get ahead of himself and trying to improve himself and the team, I think just shows what kind of team we have, and yeah, how competitive we are to not just be happy what we have now, but yeah, to make sure we keep on going.
Hi, Nathan. In one of your answers, you said game by game, and of course, every player dreams to win the titles, and of course, this is a mentality of just focusing on the short term. Is it how do you train to be like that and not to get too distracted when things go so well, to think too much ahead of you? Is it something that you been trained as a kid, or it's more like a City mentality, you think?
I think as an individual, I think through the years, as you get older, you get a few experiences like this anyway, where maybe there's one period of your life you're doing really well, and you think, okay, I'm doing well, I'm enjoying it, and I'm looking already forward to next stages. And then maybe the next game you lose by 4-0 or something because you're not sharp or you're not focused on the next game ahead. And I think all the players will maybe, at least I speak for myself, had the experience like this where you open your eyes, you think, okay, it's actually true what they say, that you have to focus on the next game. Otherwise, your mind starts to wander and you're not 100% focused on the next one. So I think everyone's got that at this club. And yeah, at the moment we're doing that right, but we have to continue that.
Last one here, please, guys. A bit of a new subject, but what do you expect of the game tomorrow against Copenhagen?
Yeah, I expect it to be tough. I think, knowing, I think that when they came to our place, the atmosphere from the fans who traveled was very good. So I expect it here to be very good and difficult to play. And I'm sure they want to win the game. So we have to be prepared. We have to be focused, like the last game we played against them. And yeah, hopefully we can win the game.
Can they cause some troubles to you?
Yeah, of course. I think in the second half, I think they changed their shape a little bit and that they created a little bit more dangerous plays. So yeah, I'm sure they will have looked at the game and maybe try to do different things in this game to come.
We'll do a final one in the corner, please, guys.
Are there any specific players you've been talking about from FC Copenhagen?
No, not really. More as a team, to be honest. Yeah, just looking at previous games they played, and yeah, looking at how we can beat them. Yeah, what way we can hurt them and what way they can hurt us. So more as a team.